independently sourced for all the stuff you care about. I'm glad the applause died down so we can see how much you really love me. I'm Kevin Pereira. Wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie.
I'm Candace Bailey. Thanks, guys. We're coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles. On the show today, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes return for another cinema info. This time to discuss the international child wizard phenomenon that is Harry Potter. That was hard to say. Phenomenon. Phenomenon. Then Grace Helbig heads to the Hasbro headquarters to do some takeoffs on the company's Comic-Con exclusives, including a Sentinel and Star Wars Revenge of the Jedi toys.
And Chris Gore returns for another DV Doomsday. This week he'll unwrap the new discs for Limitless, Take Me Home Tonight, and Doctor Who Season 6. Then we'll hear from friends of Ryan Dunn as we take a look back and remember The Proving Ground and Jackass star. But right now, we're gonna watch some people have fun and act stupid. That's what we do here.
Let's go around the net.
Okay. What?
This sounded weird.
I think I said let's do some ATM. Jeez.
No, I said ATM.
It's only Tuesday. We know the 4th of July is now a distant, beer-soaked memory for most of you, but as long as the firework videos keep popping up on YouTube, then our patriotic celebration of overcooked meats and fascinating sunburns shall continue.
Here's a pro tip for next year. When you're deciding to which explosives to set off in your backyard, be sure not to buy the ones with good comic timing.
That was it. Oh my God.
Morning in Fallujah.
Those are future patriots. Do not confuse fireworks with mortars.
Yes. Unless you're trying to invade or occupy your neighbor's backyard, in which case, fire away.
Yes.
Just shell them. Let them have it.
There's one thing MMA fans hate. It's illegal nut shots.
Yeah.
Like, I should
Okay.
just
No, we're good. We're good. We are. You don't Muay Thai knee my junk. We're good. We got it. They're below the belt hits, is what she's saying, and they usually bring a fight to a screeching halt, and they result in a 5-minute delay while the bruised testicles get time to breathe and recover and think about the filthy places they've been. Whatever they do.
What if there was a league where those dong punches weren't illegal?
Well, Candace, College Humor recruited real-life UFC and Strikeforce
Dun, dun,
fighters
dun.
to find out.
My name is Jay-Z Cavalcante. I'm a mixed martial artist. When I was fighting the cage, all I could think was how much I want to cut this and kick my opponent right in the stupid balls. That's how I joined the ABB, the All-Ball Draw.
In the ABB, I feel free. I get to experiment with all kinds of cutting-edge techniques. I am physically and mentally prepared for anything he can throw at my balls.
I'm gonna hit him in the balls
Over and over again?
as hard as I can.
I like the windmill punch. That was pretty good.
Can I try that to you?
No.
Are you
no,
sure?
not
It might be
unless it's in a
fun.
sanctioned ring. Here's the
Okay,
thing.
let's do it.
I am excited that there's finally a mixed martial arts league where I stand a chance of winning. They don't call me Iron Dong Pereira for nothing, all right? Pretty big deal.
I thought that's because you had a terrible accident at a smelting plant.
It's called making lemonade, Candace. I do the best that I can. Fun fact, let's move it on. Kittens have an innate musical sense. If you need proof, we have it.
We honestly can't tell the difference between this video and actual dubstep.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I want to go see those cats perform.
You got to be careful. I actually saw them headline at Avalon, which
Yeah?
was great until some jerk ruined the set with a laser pointer.
Oh.
Really not. You can't do any lighting tricks when the cats are around.
Today's number 2 item comes to us from the best fake journalists around, the Onion News Network.
I love them. Now, this was on the most recent episode of their roundtable show, In the Know, and the panel finally tackled the sticky situation of censorship in movies.
And then they tackle an even stickier question.
Are 4- and 5-year-olds too young to watch me masturbating in the movie theater?
Oh, way too young.
Oh,
They
it's
shouldn't be
awful.
subject.
Every time I'm in the back row of an R-rated movie, masturbating with a jacket over my lap, I look over and somebody's brought their kids. It's like, what are these parents
They
doing?
know it's
crazy.
rated R.
Yeah.
They know I'm going to be masturbating.
Exactly.
I mean, leave them at home. I shouldn't have to awkwardly lock eyes with somebody's kids while I'm cleaning myself up with napkins.
I'm
That's
on the
crazy. But-
MPAA parenting my children. I am a responsible mother. When my children go to R-rated movies, they know to sit in the front row and not turn around, even if it sounds
But
like I'm getting
movies
hurt.
are getting so much more explicit, Paula. In the past, you'd maybe see an over-the-pants rub to Grace Kelly in Rear
Right,
Window.
but nowadays,
now,
you
yeah.
go to a film with Frances McDormand, you're almost guaranteed to see me ejaculating all over the armrest.
All right, well.
Oh, that's a good one.
What can I say? I think we all know which side of the issue I come down on here, so I don't know if you want to...
I don't think we need any more.
It's the side that furiously masturbates in the movie theaters. That's the side that I'm on. So,
Thank you, Kevin.
totally unrelated, by the way, Cars 2 is an excellent, excellent film. Highly recommend it. I don't think...
Kevin, that
I
is
don't,
not rated R.
I don't think it would be appropriate on Blu-ray, but I think in the theater, it's a real communal experience. You're never too young to watch a pro.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
You want to learn your golf stroke, you watch Tiger Woods. You want to learn your other stroke, you watch a Pereira.
The pros. Still ahead, extremely realistic wrestling action.
I think we should discuss this more.
I think we're not.
I have like 3 more sentences to say about it.
Get ready for some fake hurt after this. That's
Okay, get ready for
just
that.
to say.
So here's the thing. What I'd like to do is buy 2 seats. That gives me... Let's do this. Under things that are pretend, you will find items like Hogwarts, Star Wars, Candace's O-Face, wrestling, or wrestling.
Virgin.
Wrestling, if you happen to be from America. Wrestling's a little bit on the fake side. Oh, spoiler, 12-year-olds.
And just because it's more scripted than Days of Our Lives doesn't mean that wrestling isn't capable of thrilling, edge-of-your-seat athletic displays.
Like this match right here, with a hand grenade.
Taylor, psychologically. Oh, and wait a minute. We've seen Chuck Taylor do this before with the grenade. A grenade? And he pulls the pin out of the grenade, launching the grenade down. It's on the mat. Soldier at now. His comrades pushed out of the way. Soldier
That's incredible!
Okay. That is not how you arm a grenade.
No, it's not. I actually, I jumped on a grenade once. I think her name was Kate. I don't really... It was my buddy Lewis. It was his birthday. He was trying to get with her hotter friend. We kind of knew it was a package deal, so had to jump on Kate. Or else Lewis wasn't jumping on anything. So yeah, it didn't look anything like that.
Oh, Kevin.
There was a room full of awkward dudes cheering me on though, which was cool.
You really know the meaning of service and sacrifice,
You don't have
don't
to,
you?
Candace. You don't have to tell a hero he's a hero. He knows. All right. I wake up feeling it every morning. You're welcome. I miss you, Kate. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos, I don't know her name. It didn't matter. Go to g4tv.com/ So beautiful.
And now it's time for a little Harry Potter real talk.
Yes, here's Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes with the Cinema Enema.
Hi, and welcome back to Attack of the Show's Cinema Enema. I'm Kevin Smith.
Jason Mewes.
Okay, we just got back from seeing the most important film of the summer. The most important film, perhaps, of the decade. It was the trailer for The Dark Knight Rises. They show us Bane. And here's the thing, man. For years, you were like, Bane, come on. You can't put a Mask on that guy, Mucha Lucha. That's what he looks like. They found a way to make Bane look badass, man. Look at this mouth thing, like this, like metal mouth.
You know what it reminded me of? I didn't think I'd ever pause and go frame to frame more than when I used to do that for porn with the girls. Like,
yeah.
But this,
I paused the trailer.
Yeah, it was like, look, Bane's mask.
And I bet you did the same thing when you paused it that you did when you paused the girls as well, because you're like, you got to give the Bane, the rage cage Bane.
That's why I don't see this, like monster things. I just see this.
This is further proof. Is that what you saw?
Yeah. That's right.
And he walks up to people, and that's what scares him. That would scare me. I'd be like, hello, nice to meet you, Bane.
That's why you see Batman like this. Because he was bobbing and weaving, because what's his name?
He's like, how can I jump up and get my wiener in that? Yes. This Chris Nolan, he could take Batmite and make it work in one of these Dark Knight pictures. He could take the Riddler, he could take King Tut from the Batman TV show, stick it in the movie and turn it into badass somehow.
King Tut.
Yeah. I like it. Thank you. My friend liked my joke. In any event, the good folks at Warner Brothers, man, not only did they give us that amazing teaser, at the end, as a bonus, they threw in a picture. It was Harry Potter, the last Harry Potter movie. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. This is the thing I like best about the Potter movie, and it's probably the least observed aspect of this picture. Warwick Davis. He's an actor who's been in fantasy movies for years. You might remember his work best as Wicket the Ewok in Return of the Jedi. He has a whole, like, Godfather-like soliloquy in the middle of this picture where Harry comes to him, and Harry's like, you remember who I am? He's like, oh, yes, Mr. Potter. Like, he gets a moment. They let him get there, hold court with Harry and, like, bust a monologue and whatnot. That made me roll a tear. I know a lot of people went to the movie, cried about Snape. That's touching. But I'm like, finally, somebody gives Wicket the Ewok the credit he deserves, the scene he deserves. The first time this dude's had some epic screen time since Return of the Jedi. Spoilers. They kill his little ass afterwards. But still, for that moment, it was really, really cool. That I enjoyed so much. It was nice seeing some closure. Everybody played a role, except Hagrid. He was just caught up at one point. That's the dude I identify with most. When I see Potter, I don't identify with the thin kids. I'm like, look at the fat man with the beard. And in this movie, he's in chains and shackles, and I'm just like, that's what they do to the fat man.
You know what he's doing? He's like, I'm rich.
Yeah,
I'm rich.
Thank God I got all this money. No, they probably wouldn't let him on a plane or something like that. Only one seat.
Sons of bitches.
I feel this pain. My favorite moment of the whole movie, aside from watching Warwick Davis get his due, was seeing the dragon get let loose out of Gringotts. Because he's been
like,
realized.
yeah!
I was like, he wanted fresh air. He's a friendly dragon. They fried everybody. I was like, I spoke too soon. But I thought it was winning. The whole movie was absolutely winning. Closed the book well. I look forward to the Potter sequels, man, where you get to see the kids all grown up and wondering whatever happened to all that adventure that used to be in their lives and why they don't have more sex. That's what happens when you grow up, kids. It's magical in your youth, and you grow up, you're like, we only do it like once a month. Whatever happened? How do you rate this picture, son?
9 3/4 talking hats.
What, sorting hats?
Sorting hats.
Right on, good call. Right on. That many talking hats? That's your scale.
Yes.
Magical. There it is, man. Go see The Dark Knight Rises movie. They call it a teaser. I call it a movie. Best film you'll see all summer. Afterwards, stick around to watch the short subject film that follows, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. That's all for us, and now you know just how magical an enema can be. I'm Kevin Smith.
Jason Mewes.
For more of us, go visit smodcast.com. Listen to us every day. We do a morning show. Jay and Silent Bob, good jobs. We'll see you there.
Thank you, guys, as always. Now, still ahead, the Lulz boat. The Lulz boat has set sail again, and this time it's packed full of news and other things. So, there's other details in the feed. You see why I messed it up now. I mean, come on, like that's, come on.
And later, we'll play with Hasbro's newest toy, including some heavy-duty Nerf artillery and some Star Wars Revenge of the Jedi Comic-Con exclusives. Stick around.
I don't know what you said. I was thinking about Sarah.
3, 2, You are the worst thing that's ever happened to the studio.
Now, before you go out spending moolah on this week's crop of new DVDs, get your recommendations from Farmer Gore's Almanac. It's time for DVD Day. Welcome back, Chris Gore.
Thank you. Thank you, Candace.
we have Limitless.
Limitless. Now, is this a superhero film pretending to be a thriller?
Kind of in a way. Like, you know, Hal Jordan gets the ring. You know, Bradley Cooper here gets the pill that allows him to be able to access 100%. Exactly. He gets the pill. 100% of his brain. He remembers everything. He's smart.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I saw this. I want that pill.
Yes, I could use that pill too in certain situations. It was actually really compelling. I mean, including like the way that they shot it. They have this sort of infinite zoom that they use to kind of get you inside of his head and how he sees things. So I really enjoyed it. Bradley Cooper, I think actually because he was up for Green Lantern, maybe he made a good choice by going to this film because I quite enjoyed this. Yeah, really a lot of fun.
Oh my God, are we agreeing?
Yeah, we're agreeing that we like it.
What? Wait,
we're
so
agreeing that we like it.
Line?
Bottom line is Rent.
Get him!
Yeah, Rent.
I'm so excited. We agree on it.
Yeah. No, it's solid. A lot of fun.
It's really good.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we have to check out?
Doctor Who, Series 6, Part 1. So keep up with me, folks. It's sort of half of this new season.
Now, Doctor Who has been around for almost 50 years, but it seems like it's even more popular than ever.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say about Doctor Who that Chris Hardwick hasn't already said 900 times on his podcast? We get it, Chris. You like Doctor Who, and so do a lot of us. I've liked him since the Eccleston years. And Tom Baker with bootleg videos back in the day. But anyways, Doctor Who's awesome. This new season, really great. The new Dr. Matt Smith, although I gotta say, still like David Tennant. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Totally. Totally no.
But you like Doctor Who.
I do, but you're freaking me out a little bit. I have to say it.
I'm a little too enthusiastic today.
You're real enthusiastic.
Yeah, I'll dial it back.
So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent on this because it's only the first half. It's really limited with extras. Very limited with the extras.
All right, we've got time for a quick pick.
Oh, we do? Well, that's awesome. Well, it's here. It's Torchwood, and if you like Doctor Who, get used to it.
All right.
You'll dig it. Yes, it's yeah, you will quite enjoy it. It's the UK version, the complete series.
Groovy. Cool. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. Now, let's go back over to Kevin.
Geez, thanks, guys. You know, it's tough being Grace Helbig. Her work duties include visiting Hasbro headquarters to play with their toys. And, what?
You know, it's sexy. Toys. You know, it's even sexier than toys. Exclusive toys. And that's what I'm checking out today. Comic-Con's most exclusive toys here at Hasbro in Rhode Island. Hold me. Hold me better. Now, these are exclusives specifically for Comic-Con. So explain to me a little bit about how that works.
Okay. All of it is available for the first time only for the Comic-Con fan at Comic-Con.
So they must go crazy for these.
Yeah, you should see the lines outside of our booth.
Commence action sequence! Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. How much is the cost?
The cost is $24.99. It's the new Nerf Barricade Blaster, complete with Optimus Deco, only at Comic-Con. This is the Dark of the Moon Ultimate Optimus Prime. This is a cool foil package, and over here, actually,
Kablam.
Grace, you can see it in all of his glory. Very first time in the theatrical history, Optimus Prime is actually appearing with his trailer. It can also convert into a mech tech suit when Optimus is ready to roll out and take down some Decepticons. He's ready to roll.
Nice.
And this is the Ultimate Optimus Prime figure that is available at Comic-Con for $79.99.
It's like looking into a mirror. Now tell us about this strapping gentleman.
This is a follow-up to last year's Comic-Con figure Galactus.
Okay.
This guy, Sentinel, is the bane of mutant kind. He's 16 inches tall.
Size matters.
The other thing is the artwork on this blister card and on this package, right? Designed by Joe Quesada, who's Marvel's chief creative officer.
Awesome.
Right, so for $59.99, you get one of the world's coolest, biggest, baddest action figures on a blister card.
He's ejecting his power core. Whoa, I hardly know you. Stop looking at me. You're freaking me out. I feel like this pony's eating my soul with its eyes.
Comic-Con edition, My Little Pony, goth style, only $14.99.
So revenge is
A dish best served 28 years later. All right, so back in the day, episode 6, it was called, working name, Revenge of the Jedi.
Right.
We all know it today as Return of the Jedi, but the collector fans in particular know that Kenner actually had produced some back card packaging for blister cards with Revenge of the Jedi on the package, printed but never shipped. But there's 14 different figures. You have a TIE fighter pilot, obviously Han Solo, Princess Leia, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, $129.99. This is a super awesome Death Star collectible from Hasbro and Lucas. But the best part is the packaging.
That's no moon.
No.
Thank you so much for having me today, Hasbro. But before I go, I want to leave you with a piece from Grace Helbig's Action Figure Theater. This is a scene from Game of Thrones.
Presenting Grace Helbig's Action Figure Theater.
We're having sex and we're brother and sister. Oh no, Luke, he saw us. I'll handle this. Go away. How old are you? Nub nub. Push. End scene. Thank you. Encore? No? Oh, okay. Nub nub.
And coming soon, the Game of Thrones brothel playset.
Or sold separately.
And hourly. The 1600s had the Gutenberg press. We love Steve. We also have Sarah Underwood.
Progress!
Thanks, guys. Right now it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Tuesday, July 19th, and here are your top stories. With all eyes on the News Corp scandal, Lulzsec is taking on the company's CEO, Rupert Murdoch, in their very own special way. Late yesterday, the hacktivist group posted a fake story on the website of one of the company's papers, claiming Murdoch was found dead in his home. Now they're saying they got a hold of the usernames and passwords of News Corp employees and that they'll soon release a massive cache of sensitive internal communications. So that's Lulzsec 1, News Corp 0. Laws against texting while driving are pretty common nowadays, but Philadelphia is taking things one step further and cracking down on texting while walking. I know. Yes, the city of brotherly love is trying to discourage such dangerous activity with their new Give Respect, Get Respect program, BARF. It includes a provision that will allow cops to nail pedestrians with a $120 ticket for crossing a street while texting or talking on their phone. It is dumb. Another Philadelphia law, you can't sell pretzels in a bag. Also dumb, not a joke. Today marks an important moment in American history. It's the 42nd anniversary of the first piss on the moon. Yeah! Everyone knows Neil Armstrong was the first to set foot on the moon's surface, but Buzz Aldrin himself says he's the one with the coveted honor of being the first human to drain the lizard on the moon. And right in the middle of a live broadcast to Earth, Buzz Aldrin, we salute you. Yeah. And now it's time for the Fark.com Story of the Day. Now, Rome is known for its museums and ancient ruins, but little did you know that the capital of Italy also has a somewhat erotic statue of Batman and Superman. Yeah, get this. A Reddit user was recently strolling in the city's Villa Borghese gardens when he spotted this provocative statue in the middle of the park. So is it an homage to Michelangelo's creation of Adam? Or is it the first chapter in a Kryptonian Gotham love story? Somehow, I don't think this is sanctioned by DC Comics. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now let's go back to Kevin and Candace.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Appreciate it. I think it's about time we check in with the old Twitter wall, shall we? People are tweeting throughout our show. I don't know if you know this. Our show's interactive. We're hip.
No.
We're with it. We understand you, tweens. Do you want to read something?
Sure, TV with MT. My Little Ponies do feed on souls.
Ah, they do. I don't trust them at all. 00 Quanti says, once again, I have geeked out with all that exclusive Comic-Con toys from Hasbro. I also cried cause I won't be there. But you can watch our 4 hours of live Comic-Con coverage on Saturday. It's gonna be like you're there, except not at all.
Okay, Bleeding Angel. A goth My Little Pony that's pretty sick. I think I want one.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that we want goth
Great.
My Little Ponies.
Awesome.
Yeah. Ponies that cut. I'm a fan. They bleed. They bleed rainbows. Rainbows and glitter. It's adorable. It's a beautiful.
That is not beautiful. When we come back, we'll remember the late Ryan Dunn and hear from friends of Proving Ground and Jackass star.
That's right after this. Stick around, everybody.
As you know, the world was shocked and saddened when the host of G-Force Proving Ground, Ryan Dunn, was killed along with Zachary Hartwell in rural Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and I want to say one thing real quick. Listen, it's never a good idea to drink and drive, and Ryan's decision to get behind the wheel that night caused him and his best friend to pay the ultimate price. And he made a horrible decision, and we should learn from it. But that one decision doesn't mean that we should forget the laughter that he brought to all of us throughout many, many years.
I'm here with TV's Ryan Dunn.
Daredevil, prankster, funny man. As one of the founding cast members of Jackass and G-Force Proving Ground, Ryan Dunn was admired by fans the world over. And although his life was cut entirely too short, he's left behind a legacy of laughter and stunts that will last us a lifetime.
What has gotten into you? What I miss most about Ryan is his personality. You know, he was so funny, and he made the most out of any situation. I love his antics too, you know. They're gonna live on in infamy.
That worked so much better than I thought! He's willing to do whatever it takes. Do you want him to dive into a sewer plant? Do you want him to jump off of this? He'll do whatever.
Fearless, self-deprecating, sarcastic. Ryan embodied all of the necessary elements that would cement him into pop culture history forever. And he brought these talents with him wherever he went.
Welcome to G-Force Proving Ground! He just had an awesome perspective on the world and on life, and he wasn't out for himself. He wasn't in it for the money. He just really enjoyed the humor of it all. I mean, that's how I'm always going to remember him. Make people laugh. I can't think of anything better to do.
I think we liked hearing people say that we're crazy. You guys are crazy.
Awesome. And he always brought that positive feel, no matter what we was doing or what we was going on. Like, he was always a funny dude, and he had a real side to him. He was always the one who, like I said, would, hey, let's just chill out. We're gonna get the shot. It's gonna work, man. Don't stress.
Yay.
He was definitely brave. Like, no fear, pretty much, even with driving in a car.
I think he would want to be known as someone that was, you know, not only talented, but did some pretty incredible things and was a part of a groundbreaking group of brothers that are a part of our culture forever.
He may be gone, but he's definitely not forgotten.
I think it pretty much hit everybody really hard. All in all, there's not a day that goes by where I don't think about it.
It's so hard to talk about him in the past. It's like I'm still in denial, I think.
I miss him as a person. I miss the fact that I could reach out to him and hit him up and talk to him about certain things. I miss, you know, him just not being here. He's definitely always gonna live on, man.
More than anything, I think he'd be humbled by the fact that there is such a show of love for him on so many levels, and how many people did appreciate who he was and loved who he was. I think he would be blown away by it.
All right, joining me now from the Jackass team, Wee Man, Preston Lacey, and Dave England, everybody. So, gents, as I said, of course, I wish we were meeting under much more pleasant circumstances, but we are here to celebrate Ryan. And Preston, I loved your blog where you told a very touching and tender story where you tried to basically impregnate Ryan?
Well, we were in Norway, and I woke up on a couch like this, and Ryan was in front of me with his pants and underwear down, spreading his butt apart, talking kind of like the old Jim Carrey bit, except he didn't have any pants or underwear on. And I looked down, and there happened to be on that snack table a tube of mayonnaise. So I was like, this is an opportunity and a half. So I grabbed it, and I jammed it up Ryan's butt and squeezed, and we both laughed and laughed and laughed, and then we started talking about exactly what went down. And Ryan said that was totally cool.
We both came to, and it sounded
And
great.
he said that his justification was that we were in Scandinavia, and that sort of thing happens all the time over there.
If they're going to put mayonnaise in a tube, that's where it should go.
That's where it ends
But
up.
I love that is the reaction, no matter how silly the situation, no matter how crazy it was. Like, the result was laughter.
Oh, yeah. No, Ryan's one of the funniest people I've ever known.
Dave, did you ever put anything awkward on Ryan, or?
No, he'd punch me too hard if I did that. I always thought of Ryan, every time I saw him, I thought of as just a young version of Santa Claus. He had the rosy cheeks and the big beard, and I used to talk to him about maybe one day we would film just follow him around and have him do the stuff he normally does, just playing pool and hanging out. But, say this is the young Santa, this is what he was like when he was, in his 20s and 30s and stuff.
Absolutely.
So.
Jason, do you have any memories?
We used to do things offset all the time that were just fun and dude stuff, like looking at all the Japan stuff. We were in Japan one time, and he's like, let's just go into town and look at music. And we went into a record store, and he's like, here, buy this. And it was Tiger Army, and it was all in Japanese. And I'm like, how would he know what this is, And I didn't even know who it was. I'm like, all right, Ryan says buy it. I buy it, and it was pretty good. And I was like, okay, Ryan knows music too. So, but I find out in Japan that's where Ryan has good.
Right, he actually has international taste.
Yeah.
In music. Your blog entry, I saw thousands of comments on it. I just scrolled pages and pages of people that really connected with what you were saying, what everybody said about just how jovial and cheerful and what a nice guy he was. What do you think Ryan's legacy will be with his fans, the fans who love Jackass or watch him on Viva La Bam?
That's a tough question. I don't know. I don't know what the memory will be of him, Hopefully it's strong, for sure. I don't know. I'm sorry I don't have a good answer to that question.
No, it's all right. I mean, what do you guys hope?
I hope they know, he always had comments for anything people did. Like, if he did a stunt and everybody laughed, then he'd be like, okay, well, Preston, now it's your turn. He always wanted everybody to be included no matter what it was. And he was one of the brothers.
Yeah.
And he'll always, people feel it. They come up and say it every day.
There was a moment in the latest Jackass where he was going for the stunt, didn't know if he was going to get it. He nailed it, and it seemed like everybody rallied around him as if, it wasn't just his achievement, it was everybody's achievement. It was like the greatest moment for the entire team. Were you there for that, Dave? Or?
Yeah, the Snake River Redemption. Yeah, that was awesome.
And you got the sense that at a time where you don't know if someone's going to succeed or not, everybody wanted that for him. Everybody wanted him to nail it. Was he just that guy for everybody?
Oh, yeah. When Ryan did, when he, the duck shoot thing, when he goes flipping through the air, he just fell with such style. Every time he did something, it looked so funny. And, he hates water. That was another funny thing about him. I remember one of the first things we were doing the TV show before we did the movies, and he got tarred and feathered. And I think it was black paint and then feathers. And that night, he showed up, we were all hanging out down in the lobby. He shows up, and he still liked that. Didn't even shower. And then the next day, still like that. Didn't even shower the next day and the next day. I never saw him clean that stuff off. I think it just finally came off on his own.
He's a pro. It's continuity. You never know if you're going to need a pickup shot. It's very professional of him. Yeah. I love that you guys have that friendship where, he hates water. We're going to toss him in the lake. That's exactly where Ryan needs to go. Jason, if you don't mind, I loved your video blog where you immortalized him, and you said you wish it were under better circumstances, obviously. You wish you had lost a bet, but do you mind sharing with
Sure. See it all the time.
There it is.
And I mean, it's him, you know what I mean?
The random hero.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. Not in real life, though. It looks awesome.
It's incredible. Well, again, guys, I wish it were under happier circumstances, but I really appreciate you guys coming here and sharing your story.
Thanks for having us. We're glad to be here to represent Ryan for sure.
I really appreciate it.
He's one of our best friends in the world.
Definitely.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Preston? Thank you. After after the break, we're actually going to hear more from Ryan's Proving Ground co-host Jessica Chobot. But first, we have a special message from Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Facebook. Wait. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. We don't look a lot alike.
So far, everything you've said has made my penis. Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Actor John Boyega from Attack the Block drops by the studio with the lowdown on freaky alien sex. Then, before we leave for Comic-Con, Morgan Webb is here for a superhero movie game break. What's good, what's bad, and what's uglier than Superman 64? And we've got Super Mario Bros. Converse and new Star Wars Adidas, including Wampa and Millennium Falcon-inspired kicks on sneakerheads. See it tomorrow.
Whenever people put in long hours together, they become like families.
Here's a look at Ryan Dunn's time with his friends and his family from Proving Ground.
I'm Ryan Dunn, and this is Proving Ground. Oh! Harry Potter's must hurt like all the time. Hate being a superhero. I don't know. You need to prove something, call me.
You're so pretty.
That's what I was going for.
It breathes. It's got that going for it. It's definitely a breather. Boom! Explain that. Feel this. I cannot even believe they let me hold this thing. Is this good for the scene?
You're hurting him.
I'm not hurting him, I'm helping him. Oh! You're okay, you're okay. It's done. You did so good!
Give me a hug.
That was awesome.
Come on, Dawn, stop it!
You got some oil on you. Been there, me that. Ladies?
Did you learn anything from this?
I don't think we learned anything, and I'm all right with that.
All right, with us now, Ryan Dunn's Proving Ground co-host and partner in zombie fighting and booby trapping. Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Chobot is here. Hey, Jess.
Hey.
Of course. When I first met Ryan, it was actually at E3 with you, and he was wearing the giant mushroom helmet from Mario, and didn't seem... he could have been wearing a baseball cap. Like, it was a no-brainer to him. He was like, hey, what's up? Yeah,
dude,
my giant mushroom hat.
Nothing ever fazed him, which was really surprising to me. I mean, when I first, met Ryan, I actually, even before that, when I heard that he was going to be the co-host of the show, I'm like, oh, God, what did I get myself into? Like, with the Jackass guys, and he's like, just a little nervous. And then when I met him, and when we actually started shooting Proving Ground, he was always super supportive. A lot of this stuff, I mean, these trials and tribulations we go through on the show are legit. Yeah. And we actually had to go through them. And anytime I felt nervous or scared or anything, he'd pull me aside, separately from the crew, and say, if you need me to say anything, just let me know. Or if you're scared, I'll do it. And then, a couple times I'd speak up, and he's like, no, you got to do it. So I'd be like, no, okay, what I said. Protect me. He's like, no, this one, you've got this. But he was right. I did have it. And he sat there, and he knew what, he just had an eye on me, and I really appreciate it.
What was it about him that made you two click?
I thought I had this under control. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize.
What made us click is that we both don't like to shower. And it's true. And we both kind of had the same sense of humor. I mean, you know, people on G4 have gotten to see more of my personality lately because of the things that I've covered, and you know, they're like, wow, you're a total spaz, and yeah, I am. And you know, and he was in his own way too. He was just a little bit more grumpy, and so, you know, that really, though, something about, I felt like I could trust him. So it was like having a best friend in the shortest amount of time you could possibly have. And I mean, it's just really hard. And it's, you know, I know that the situation surrounding it, people don't agree with.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt for those that are here. And I know how much I hurt just from meeting him for such a small amount of time. I can't imagine what his friends from school and the Jackass guys and people that he spent all his time with must feel. And thinking about that just makes it that much harder. And so, you know, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm very fortunate that I got to spend as much time as I did with him, and that even though it was quick, it was incredibly meaningful to me, because this was also like my first time doing a show and doing a series and things of that nature, and to have somebody that was experienced and really kind of take me under their wing and let me make my mistakes and not be upset, or, you know, kind of guide me through things and just be a pal meant a ton.
Mm-hmm. And to shock you with go-kart steering
And
wheels,
to-
which he loved to do. He really enjoyed doing that.
And to shock me, and to blow cannons of baby powder in my face, and to shoot me in the back of the leg with an airsoft gun, and, you know, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on.
He just treated you like one of the guys.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted. And
Yeah.
he didn't pussyfoot around treating me that way. And so I found that was the way that he showed me respect, and I really appreciated that.
Well, I certainly know it was anything but easy for you to be here and talk about that, and I can't thank you enough for joining us, Jessica.
Thanks. Sorry, I thought
You dare apologize. You're part of his legacy and his life as well, and we're glad that you're here. So many people to thank, and we don't have time, but Proving Ground is coming up
And
next.
Jess.
Thank you again, Jessica Chobot, and to the
Thank you,
entire
guys.